There we go.
And then you like learned about it. Really? Yep. Okay. So it will go for market. So I would, yeah. It was like Monday. Are you working with buyers on this one? So this will be the seller. So this will be the homeowner.
There you go. You're full screened up.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I need Tanya, we were talking about this last time. I need her to teach me how you guys get it, where your Zoom call is on one screen and the share screen is on a separate one.
Yeah.
I have not been able to figure that out. And I love it because whenever we share our screen and like do it through Zoom, it has all the panels on it. So you can only make it so
big. Sure.
And then Tanya did that and it blew my mind. But I can't figure it out on ours.
Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe the next time
No, because it just doesn't.
I know, that's what she said. She goes, yours just doesn't do it. I was like, cool. Yeah, maybe I'll have her take a look next time she's there for the leadership meeting or something, because that's so cool.
Well, I will be in here for this, so we've got about 15 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, that might be great. 5, I've got a glare.
I know.
Well, 12 minutes, 30. I'll be here in 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and like I don't want to take up.
Bottle of ours.
I have one that I'm bringing in.
Okay.
I don't want to take up like a ton of your time if you have other stuff going on. So if you can't sleep,
No, but I
that's
also
fine,
like the tech behind it. I would like to know.
Yeah,
because it is
absolutely.
new to me, so I will get that out there too.
I love it. Good.
It sounds so good yesterday for that meeting.
I know.
Let's start down or do the start of the further. Okay. I don't know. But I go for the bed. I'm just making sure that the ones in the screen. Can you, when you go me thinking, or, yeah, that's why, like, that's why when I have the phone off, for them. So I went down today. Important. Like letting them know that he might be able to get them a better. Yeah. To be honest, even as a buyer, like, would you really want to buy them? Or they even go look at it and put them in already? Right, and if you're looking on the market, you have to have pictures on it and all of them. You having trouble making that?
No, oh,
You're looking at it funny.
I'm looking at all the ways to like.
yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, what parts can I take apart and get in the dishwasher? And that's why I'm inspecting it. Now I got to get all of that. How are you doing?
Ready for spring? Oh my God.
Have you, you see, so you just go out and buy?
I wanted you to start.
I know.
My daughter-in-law, I can just use the lights. For the baby.
Okay,
Flower.
okay.
My son in Minneapolis, they've done native.
Oh,
Sometimes. Yeah. They find them all the time.
I remember sleep.
Yeah.
I presented the thing. There are three that have the different things that I like. So like, the gray wolf one up in North Family. And they have the symbols, angles that I love, the little wolves. It's so good. I always have to.
They fly and then.
Get it up. Selection. Before they.
You know, what I'm gonna do, so it made work, it made not work. For Mother's Day, I'm gonna make a garden party and all the grandkids have to bring a plant. I love that. Yeah,
Yes.
like a vegetable plant or flower.
Yeah.
I do my flowers.
And then your patio or deck is just.
And then one of them, my little bit less me. Like a little creek.
I said for like just patios. Even the Costco one, if you want it, like, it goes by. Flowers. Ferns and stuff. Otherwise I go across the street to 101 there.
Alright,
And they do it. It'll look pretty right away.
We'll see that thing. Are you joining for this one?
I am.
Awesome. I'm gonna be in here in just a minute, so I'm gonna be in too.
Good. I didn't sign up, but I figure there's. Is Abby coming or is it online? Allison.
Yeah, usually.
Oh, okay. My husband's been working from home on Thursday. Well, I just needed to like
Get out.
I make you work from home. Usually he'll go in the basement, but he's been sitting in the living room. I usually sit in the dining room, because I don't have an office. Unless I go to the basement. And no, I don't want him listening to everything I do.
Hi, Darian.
Exactly.
Hi. Hello. How are you?
Good.
Good. I like your shirt. It's very spring, which is what we need right now.
My husband said, you got stuff today, and I'm like, no, I just wear a blouse instead of a sweatshirt.
You know what? There you go. That's all you need.
Well, basically, you were just saying that you look pretty. Just
Yeah. Because when I'm home now. Then I'm not doing the PC thingy and no,
I have a sweatshirt on. Oh, I want to be warm. Yeah. How's everything been going since you made the change?
it's I think it will pick up.
Yeah,
It's been slow.
got it.
That's why
Just with the newness, then.
yeah, because I didn't keep up. Like I should, some of it died. Yeah. And my people are old. And then their kids, who I was helping, now know somebody.
Oh,
You know, so it's just different things. So I've been doing a lot of social media stuff.
yeah. Just staying in touch with everyone.
With the needs and looking down to empty nesters.
Got it.
And get that message. And I can't say I've gotten a client yet, but I am getting
The conversations and.
yeah, Ellie, can I refer you to my aunt and uncle? They're looking to downsize. So they're using the same word, so they're watching it, right?
Yep.
So
Good. Yeah, you're kind of building the foundation and then eventually it's just going to take off. But
you should go look at my stuff. Yeah, it's been a training following someone, so. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. That's a great
You got seasoning?
and perfect for today's topic.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. It's trying not to do. Things that make sense. Yeah. Like I'm not advertising any of my stuff yet.
There's no place that you can spend money on. You have to get focused in on what's going to give you the highest ROI.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn some AI today.
Some more.
You've been doing such good work. I like,
You love it.
and then I go home. I'm like, what did she say? How do I do this again?
Well, that is why it's all recorded, so you can easily refer back if.
Yeah, that's right. I need to go back. So I was watching one on Zoom. And it was hard to watch it on Zoom. And when I was watching, I couldn't see PowerPoint.
Oh, you put in?
That particular one.
Okay.
And so I was trying to write things down and then I'm like, I took that with Arlene again. Or, you know, different things like that. So
Now everything is clearly visible in Zoom, like with more.
Yeah.
Instead of the training room. Yep.
and that was totally fine. Wasn't the end of the world.
But I love seeing the possibilities, because every time you do this, it shows me something else that's possible.
Exactly. You don't have to take everything and implement it 100%, but even if you just walk away with some nugget, even if it's just content idea, that's great. Okay, well, it is 11:01, so you can make it in later, but we're gonna go ahead and get started since we have a lot to cover today. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Kind of like what I was saying yesterday in the team meeting for the sneak peek. This is really focused on getting leads to come to you. I mean, we spend a lot of time and sometimes people spend a lot of money going out and trying to find leads, whether it's Zillow or other sources. And those are great. They work sometimes, but sometimes they're not qualified leads. You know, you think you're getting somewhere and then get nothing. This approach is more of attracting people to come to you, right? You're setting yourself up as an expert in a certain field. People who are interested in that area, whether it be downsizing, like you just mentioned, they're going to come to you because they see that you are the expert. And now you're talking with someone who you know is already interested, and that sets you so far beyond you trying to chase after someone. That is what we are going to be working on today. And obviously, this is an AI class, so we are going to be utilizing AI to both create your content as well as set up a system to get everyone going. Yeah. You will need your computer, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. Before we do that, I want to confirm, have you guys seen either Facebook, Instagram, whatever, the type of posts where it's like, comment below and I'll send you this guide? Yeah, perfect. What type of topics have you guys been seeing? Or is there anything that interests you that you maybe want to try? I've seen a lot of them where it's like top 5 mistakes first-time home buyers make. Comment below and I'll share them with you and how to avoid them, stuff like that. Anything else?
Well, tickets to events. So like Tony Robbins will be like, hey, here's something that's free that's coming in. Sign in below and we'll get you a free ticket.
Love that.
I've seen like the buying timeline, like from start to close on guides like that, so.
Got it. Well, so yes, the kind of overall process of those is a consumer is scrolling in their feed, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. They see a post and this post captures their attention because it is something that impacts them. If I'm looking for my first home, I've never been through the process and I see something saying like 5 mistakes first-time home buyers make, I immediately think, oh, that applies to me. I should stop and learn what those mistakes are. They click on your post, read the caption, and it says something like comment home buyer for more information. That's the trigger. And so I am then interested in learning more. I comment. From my comments, the AI system kicks in and I automatically get sent DMs. Whether this is kind of a qualifying DM like, oh, I'm so glad, tell me more about your situation. Or it can just be, here's my guide. Either way, that's where the automation comes in and that's what we're diving into today. From that, I leave with a lead magnet, some sort of value add that the agent provided me that got my attention, and now they're coming from a place of education. This is where the real win is for you guys because you're not presenting yourself as an expert in that area, and people can come to you for information on that. And so even if nothing else happens beyond that, they know that you're qualified in that area and they can circle back. Or because they're in your DMs now, you have their contact information, and so you can circle back and just follow up like you would a normal lead. However, the last step, which is really where the value is as well, is you can eventually set an appointment with them. So you can say something like, here are the mistakes that I promised you. If you have more questions or want to learn more, let's set an appointment and talk. And then you can get something on your calendar. And that too can be automated, and it is just a great game-changing tool. So that is what the process looks like from the side of the consumer. Does anyone have any questions on that? And I just want to show you guys what that looks like kind of live if you haven't already seen it. So this is the post that I did for the Keller Williams Edina Instagram, trying to get people who don't have their license yet, help them join, find a brokerage to join. So I did the post thinking about getting a real estate license. It's a carousel. There's just multiple things, information. And part of it here, comment license, and we'll send you the full step-by-step guide. I also say it here in our caption, so it's clear that that is what they need to do. From there, you can see people comment license and whatnot, and immediately the AI system responds to them. This you don't have to do when we're actually setting it up. You can choose whether or not you want to do it. I highly recommend it because it's just one more comment on your Instagram post. It's more engagement. The algorithm sees that and pushes it out to more people, so it can't hurt. But yes, so you can see anybody who comments license immediately gets a message back, and then we can look into the DMs. I did a test of this the other day. But this is the type of message that they will receive. You customize what this is, so it can say whatever you want. It can include whatever links, whatever files you want, but this is what it's going to look like. And you can't see it here because once they click on a button, it disappears. But after they got this first message, they were prompted to select what situation describes them the best. It's either going to be, I set it up to be either already in classes, just curious, or looking to get in the classes. Then they select the button, and that then dictates what next message they get. In my example, I then sent them the lead magnet I created, as well as a link to our Director of Agent Services calendar, because then they could get a time scheduled, get them into Kaplan. So there are multiple ways that you can take this type of tone, and you can really customize it to be whatever you want your kind of niche to be. But that is what it looks like in real time on the social medias, that whatever you decide. Any questions on that before? I know most of you have probably seen something like this, but I wanted to show you what it looks like on the back end if you haven't already done one of these. But, okay, so diving back into what we're building today. These are kind of the main steps that we're going to take. Just to summarize it, first, we're going to set up who your target audience is, right? Who are we trying to reach out to? What problem are we trying to solve? And how are we going to create some sort of value add, what lead magnet, to get them to comment on our posts? Then we're going to actually build that lead magnet, build our social media post, and we're going to set up our mini chat system. That is where the AI comes in. That is where we're going to set up that automation. And finally, we just put it all together and our post is live. So are you guys ready to dive in? All right. So the first thing that we need to do is answer 3 questions. Here are the first 2. So either just on your computer, on a piece of paper, just somewhere where you will remember them. We're going to answer these 2 questions. Who is your target audience? What is this audience worried about, confused by, or trying to avoid? Essentially, what pain point are you trying to solve for what group of people? So take just a few minutes to write that down and come up with some ideas. A lot of you probably already have some key target markets that you target as agents. I know Ellie, you said downsizing. So it could be downsizing, investors, first-time home buyers. Yeah, it can be just really whoever your main target market is. You know who you're going to be catering towards, then try to come up with what pain points that they may encounter. So as we were talking about first-time home buyers, maybe they don't understand the financing process. Maybe they don't understand the timeline, what actually goes into buying a home. They don't understand showings and stuff like that. For investors, it could be just really, again, seeing kind of what the first year we're going to talk about. Downsizing, if someone's been in a home for 20 years, they're going to have 20 years worth of stuff. How do they know what to keep, what to throw, where, or what are some resources they have?
Speaking of, I have a vintage crock pot, if anyone wants it. There's a picture of it somewhere on my Facebook. Love it, let me know.
There you go. Yeah, does anybody want to share who their target audience is and what pain point they are going to be solving? If you still need a few minutes, that is totally fine, but who would like to share? Yeah,
So mine is senior citizens, and the issue that they're dealing with is mobility issues and safety in the house.
got it. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Falls. They might have already fallen once, or are at risk of falling, and they might have stairs in the house. Or if they're in a wheelchair, the doorways are too narrow.
So
And
just what to look for in a house if you do have those risks, then that's always come. Okay, got it. Anybody else want to share?
I've got my empty nesters.
Okay. And what type of problem are you going to be solving for them? Or what could their pain point be?
Well, regret selling the family home.
Got it.
Much that to go through. They used to have boxes of their kids. Where are they gonna go? Yeah, some of those.
Love it. Good. Anybody else before we move on? Okay, so before we actually get into building what the lead magnet is, there's one more question that we need to answer. And this is, what resource are you providing them to solve the pain point? So you talk about a pain point is they have a bunch of stuff in their basement, kids' boxes, they don't know what to do with it. What are you providing them that helps them solve that problem? Is it places they could donate stuff to? Is it new ways to store things? Is it a guide to what to keep, what to throw? So now you're kind of taking what their pain point is and saying, where can I come in and bring expertise? So if it's the first time home buyers, they don't know what the process looks like, you could give them kind of what your point was, give them a timeline of what that looks like. What they can expect is kind of a rough estimate of once they find the house, then what? So take a few seconds now, you know who you're catering towards, you know what problem they have, what type of resource is going to be kind of a packet, a flyer, just what can you provide them that helps them solve this problem? Does that make sense? Any questions around what that looks like? And once you have that, give it a name. So this is going to be the name of your lead magnet, and make it something catchy because that's going to be what attracts them to stop and say, oh yeah, I'm interested in that. Just to kind of help, I came up with a bunch of ideas to that you guys could use for your guide names. Obviously, they may not be applicable to you if you're not part of that target market there, but here's some different ways that you can phrase your guide, how you can help people. So relocation guide, if you want people who are coming into Minnesota, this area, here are different ways that you can help them. That could be one. Otherwise, 3 steps to prepare your home before selling. They're thinking about selling. They're like, oh man, we have a lot to do. Where do we even begin? But here are some ideas. So take a few minutes, think of your target market and their pain point, and create some sort of name and idea of how you're going to help them solve it. Like I said, you are more than welcome to copy one of these, but you can also come up with something that you like better.
So to give you an idea, I got an idea from someone the other day for getting your house ready. It's called Save or Splurge Spring Edition. So tips on, then it's a guide.
Like what you should fix up before you move and put.
Yeah, what not to do, so save your money, right? Or splurge and do.
Love it.
It's very simple, but it's still something you can give them for free.
100%, and that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And it may be stuff that is kind of you would think is simple and common knowledge just as you're doing it, but if a person hasn't purchased or sold a home in several years, they may not know. So yes, you don't have to get super complicated. Like Ellie said, at the end of the day, we're just trying to create something that we can give them for free that has some sort of value added. Does anybody have what they're going to be creating? What type of guide are they going to be making today? Anybody want to share? Lois?
So 10 cost-effective ways to age with your house.
I love it. Very nice. That's a good one. Anybody else? Got it. Okay. Is everybody ready to move on? Because now we're going to start actually using AI to create this. So I don't want to move on if people still need time. We want to make sure everyone's together on it. Okay. So who here has worked with Gamma before? Perfect. We have a few. Yeah, a little bit. So if you don't know what Gamma is, it is an AI platform where it's specializing in generating images. It's done, you can create slide decks, flyers, long PDF packets. It's just any sort of information where you have a bunch of text, a bunch of information, and you want to make it look organized, pretty, something presentable. And it's just really good for taking a ton of information. So that's what we're going to be using today to create our guide. And so what you can do, if you were able to set up your Gamma account yesterday, amazing. If you weren't, let's take some time to do it now, but essentially go to Gamma and pull up your account. When you're done, it should look like this on the home screen. And I just want to show you because I know there can be a few. If you Google Gamma AI, it's going to be the one that looks like this. There's another one that has a different logo that is something completely different. So you're going to want to click on the one that looks like this. And like I said, if you already created your account, you should be good to go and you should be on this home screen. If you haven't, take a few seconds. You can use your KW email, your regular email, whatever you want to create your account. You can do it for free. Gamma is a great resource that is free. You can do a lot without paying for that pro subscription. So take a few minutes and get there. Let me know if you have any questions or if something looks a little wonky, we can navigate you to the home screen. Password for Wi-Fi? It is going to be, I can't read it from up here.
Capital K for Keller, 1, 2, 3. So
Keller 1, 2, 3, capital K.
What do we want to click for? Create social media?
So just hold off on that until now, and I'll walk you through exactly what we're going to click.
If you're setting it up for the first time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, you can just click.
So,
If it says create with AI, how would you like to get started? Is that what she's doing?
Yeah.
Let's make it work. Perfect. You are just where you need to be.
Don't do it
for now. Yep,
you're gonna use.
exactly, yeah. You are all good.
Anything else? Okay, sorry.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Has everyone had a chance to get logged in? You're at the home screen. We're ready to go. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to be your main dashboard for Canva, or I'm sorry, not Canva, Gamma. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit create new with AI. That's kind of the whole point, is we're going to use AI to do the work for us essentially. So once you click that, you're going to come up on a screen like this. And Lois, this is what you were seeing. There are different ways that you can create and move forward with this, and it's going to be based on what type of input you want to give. We just want to give it a short prompt and have it map out everything for us, right? We don't have pre-existing notes that we're going to upload, nothing like that. We're just going to do it from a prompt, kind of like you would ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, any of those. So what you're going to click is paste in text. You click on that, you should get a screen that looks like this. And we're just going to go through and fill out what our parameters are. So at the top here, you can select presentation, web page, document, social. These are all great opportunities and stuff that you can create using AI for free here. The one that we're going to be doing today is a document, because at the end of it, we want to have a file that they can download after we send it to them. So go ahead and click document. Down below for the card size, we're going to hit letter. That way it can just be the standard PDF size.
Did you say pick the gamma.app one?
It is the one that looks like this. Yeah. Okay, so now we have type or paste in content here. This is where we're going to give it the prompts that we want to put in. I have written a prompt already for you guys that you guys can use, and you're just plugging in your information. If you want to use your own or tweak the one that I have to tailor it a little bit more towards you, that is totally fine. And the best way that I could do it is just typing in here. It looks long, but I made the word big. But as you can see, for the audience, pain point, and lead magnet title, this is where you're going to take the information that we just created and plug it into here. So in that spot in Gamma, go ahead and type this out, filling in your information. Like I said, if you want to adjust it a little bit, you can. I've used this prompt probably half a dozen times on different topics, and it's been very consistent in giving me a good result each time. So I recommend this one, but you can customize it to do whatever you like. But yes, the key there is that you're telling it who this is for, what we're solving, what their pain point is, and what the name is.
Sorry, which one is it? Like generate, paste in text, create from templates? Sorry, I have to.
You're all good. It's going to be the paste in text.
Oh. I got it.
Perfect.
It's just I had to redo my password.
Oh, no worries. So then just be sure to click document there.
Okay.
And awesome. And then, thank you. Yeah. Oh, no.
Awesome. Out.
Still need this. I can come back to it. I just want to move on real quick so everyone can start creating. So once you have this, okay, so once you have your prompt in here, the last thing that we need to do is select our bottom option of what we want it to do with the content. We're going to select that first one where it says generate from notes or an outline. And so why we want to do this one is because we just pasted in there a rough prompt. We didn't give it exact bullet points. We didn't tell it what exact words we want in there. It's just kind of some rough ideas. If you do have a full outline that you want it to do, if you want to get more technical with things, you can do that and select the summarize along text or document. For today, we're just doing the notes because we're really relying on AI, utilizing that to speed up the whole process here. But once you're done, you're going to hit continue to prompt editor. And here is where it's going to take that prompt that you did and kind of fill in some gaps and finalize what we want it to do before we actually make our lead magnet here. So as you can see, there's just some additional information that you can fill out if you want. Really, you don't have to because it's AI is really good at filling in the blanks for you. The only two things that I would focus on are on the left-hand side here, you can select your theme. I would take a look at these because it's just going to dictate what the overall color scheme, fonts, stuff like that is. So go ahead and look through these real quick. They have quite a few and just select one that you think is going to match your overall, either your branding or just something simple that you think customers would enjoy. But yes, select what theme you'd like. And then at the bottom here where it says the number of cards, because we are doing it for free, the max that we can use is 10 cards. That is more than enough. If you're giving someone a packet that's over 10 pages, the odds of them getting through it are very low. So we don't need anything more than 10. I would set it up where based on what your lead magnet is. So if you're presenting someone with like 5 ways to declutter your house before selling, I would do 7 cards. That way you have an intro, those 5 ideas, and a conclusion, something like that. But yes, you can do as many or as few as you want, as long as it's not above 10. But yes, take a few seconds, select your theme, tell it how many cards you want, and you are ready to go. You can hit generate. And what I love about Gamma is then you can see it thinking. So it's going to take a few seconds. and you're gonna see it start putting together all of this information. And you kind of see it live, which I think is really fun. One thing to note, you're gonna love some of the layouts, you're gonna hate some of the layouts. Don't worry about that right now, because once it's done generating, we can go in and fix anything, tailor it more to be what you want. But yes, go ahead and hit generate and watch your lead magnet get created.
Switch title from body to the be happy. No, we don't change those.
Nope, you don't need to. Yep. How many cards you've selected. It could take a little bit while it works through, otherwise, give me a second.
What are the cards again?
So cards, it's how many pages. So how many pages of content you'd like. What did you do?
Well, it was 10 and I don't think I.
That's okay. You can delete pages. So once it's created and you're like, oh, this is redundant or not necessary, you can just delete it. Yep.
What if like the tone it's saying it in is not how you would?
Not how you want it.
Yeah.
So afterwards, there's an AI. Once it's done generating, I can show you the tool where you can change the overall tone of everything.
Okay, great.
Yes. And it's something that you obviously doesn't help now, but when we were on that last screen, if you did want some certain tones for it to be in, there was places for that.
Okay.
But after, we can still change it after the fact. Yeah. But yes, did anybody not get to the point where it's generating it for them? Okay. Okay, so yes, as you can see, it's pretty cool because we gave it a paragraph max of what we want it to do, and it's now pulling all of this information and creating this very optimized lead magnet for us. So when it is done generating, now I'm going to kind of turn you guys loose and let you spend some time really making this your own, because like I said, it's AI. It prevents us from starting at a blank page, but it's not going to be perfect, right? You may want to change the tone, you may want to change the content and make it more you. That's what we're now going to take time to do. Before I turn you loose, though, I want to highlight some key tools in Gamma if you're not familiar with it. The first one I want to show you is how to change the layout. So if I'm looking at this, it's not that cool, right? There's a lot of white space on here. It's just 2 boxes. I wouldn't want to include this in my packet. If you want to change the layout, do you see these 3 little sparkles here in the top left corner of the page? When you hover over them, you can click it and it's going to give you options of how to edit with AI. What you're going to do is hit this first option here that says try new layout. And then you're going to see it's going to take the content on that page and put it in a bunch of different styles. So there will be an image generated there. But as you can see, it's taking that same information and presenting it in different ways that are going to be more appealing. So as you can see, this guy, it's going to put an image there, but it's just a lot less white space, which is what we were looking for. But yes, so if you don't like the way something is formatted or you want to change the layout at all, that is totally fine. Go ahead and click those dots and you can select different layouts based on which one fits your content more. Another thing to note, all of the images that Gamma uses are AI generated. You can change those out as you want. You're not stuck with them. You can just click on it. You can either edit their current image, both manually and using AI, or you can just upload whatever image you want. If you have one from your own files that you want to use, or if there's one on the web that you want to upload, you can do that too. They always bring in their AI generated ones, which I would say 8 out of 10 times they're good. But if you want to do something that just looks a little different, well. So those are the 2 kind of tips that I wanted to give. Also, everything is customizable. So if you don't like the size of a font, you can change that. If you don't like the way that it's laid out, you can move stuff around, add in different elements. It's very similar to Canva. I will say it's not as user-friendly as Canva, but you still can move everything around and customize stuff. So I'm going to turn you loose now for like a half hour. Take some time to really build out what your lead magnet is. And get it to a point where you're ready to go. This is what you want to give to people who comment on your post. Like I said, I have giving the AI disclaimer, it pulled all this information. You guys are still the experts in the field, so review it, make sure it's one, accurate, two, what you want it to say. That's where your value comes in because people can find their own information. You want to make sure that you are showing your authority through it. So yes, but yeah, feel free, start editing your lead magnet here, and I will be around if you have any questions or struggling with editing stuff. Yeah, Lois.
Trying to change it and it's not going. So you came to edit with agent, our new layout. And then nothing happens, not on various pages. It looks like. There it was. Oh, what did you do?
The exact same thing you did.
Oh.
I think it just needed to be refreshed.
Okay.
If like the internet lagged for a second there, but yes, we're doing it all right. Did you settle on for your new idea that you changed?
How to avoid a long drawn out dome, I think.
Okay, I like it. And then you can get on
here, but. Yeah, it's got, yeah, it gives me like key point 1, 2, and then it also talks about some emotional.
Is there like a way you can go back and look at the prompts that you used beforehand?
and edit them.
Yeah. Or even if like just see it so you can copy it and make a new one using kind of the same.
Yes, okay, so if you go back to your gamma. Yeah, click on the 3 dots there.
Yep.
And then you can do create. What are you trying to do, like a complete overhaul, or are you trying to do the?
So I'm just trying to get.
Oh, got it. So then you want to do something different. So if you get just because the formatting is different, you can probably just too little. Yeah. Okay, so now that you have it done, so you make that other one.
I noticed in my Facebook post
in there.
I have the print so big on all my pictures right now. Where some of the other people's are smaller. And I'm like,
Probably.
well, ours look better smaller. But
I need to be going forward. That's just true. And so that's okay. How do you change the font and the size?
Okay, so
I have gamma font and I don't want gamma font.
no gamma font.
No.
Okay, so if you click into here, highlight it, it is normal. You can do.
Can you do it for the whole thing? Is that something that was like, I missed that in the one of the side columns?
You can highlight everything and do it that way. But if you change it, I would do it more individual based just because everything is already different. They're different text boxes. So it may mess up your formatting a little bit more. So I would do it as you go, just to save you. You make the big change and everything now looks different. It gets wonky. Like when you
That would my font choice be something that I would put in the prompt, or is that in the design element of the cards? Okay.
So, yes, prior is something that you can mess around with. It's also based on the theme that you chose. So when you were looking through, the theme is dictated, or the theme dictates what types of fonts you have, the color.
Got it. I see the difference there. Okay.
Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention. If you now see this and you're like, wow, I just don't like the theme that I originally chose, you can change it up here. Go ahead and click on theme. You can repick whatever theme you want. Another thing that you could do if you really want this tailored to your brand is hit new theme. build a theme. This is now going to let you customize the colors, customize the font, upload logos, that type of stuff. So if you really want to get in the weeds and make this a reusable thing for Gamma, you can build your own theme and use that time after time.
As part of the free version?
Yes, it is. I bet that there's going to be limitations, so you can probably change X amount of things, and then when you have the pro version, you can get the full package. But you can for sure do logo, colors, fonts, stuff like that. If you are
We look down and then we.
in the top right here, you're gonna see theme. When you click on, I just closed it. When you click on that, you can either just switch to another pre-designed theme, or up here, new theme, build your own.
Where was the theme button?
In the top right. Right.
I'm missing it.
So when you do decide on a new theme, it's gonna apply that to all of your pages.
Did you have a personal favorite as you move through these, or does it?
I try to do something that has a little pop of color, so it's not bland, but still isn't anything that's too overwhelming, because you don't want someone to open up a file and just immediately get overwhelmed by it. When I'm doing stuff for the market centers, I tend to do the red one just because it's KW red, and who doesn't love that? But I recommend doing whatever one aligns with what you're currently doing. We want to build your brand more.
And then you click on copy and customize this theme?
Let me see what you are looking at. So another thing to note is Gamma is obviously AI based, and so you can make a lot of changes and tweaks using AI. If you come back to these three dots, here are things that you can use. Definitely take advantage of them. They're really great. Just be mindful about how much you use it, because we are on the free plan. So you can still use them, but it's in a limited quantity. You have a certain number of credits with the free. Every time you make a change, so it's fine. Not to scare you, you have a lot of credits. You're fine. You can do this whole thing.
No. Shock me too.
I would just encourage you, and when you are having it change the layouts, that doesn't eat up your credits. It's just more if you have this whole block of writing and you say, make this more blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's going to eat up your credits. So just if you want to change the wording of stuff, or you need something rewritten, use Gemini to do that for you. But just be mindful of, it will say, oh, you used up all your credits. And I believe they reset monthly. But yes, just something to be mindful of.
Yeah. I know you said you can like download or upload our logo and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take like what I've created in my other guide with the colors and kind of the whole layout in there and say copy this?
I don't think you can just upload it and say copy this. If you already have your colors and themes somewhere else, use this new theme button, build a theme, and match that to what you already have. So if you know that you have, if you hit customize, if you have pre-selected colors that you know your brand is, like what are they called, the Pantone numbers, you can put those here.
and match it that way. That is what I would recommend doing, just because you can't just upload it and say, hey, match this style. You are working through, kind of one thing that I want everyone to be mindful of is this is something that that your future clients are going to download and receive. So you want to make this a very consumer friendly file. You don't want it to be very text heavy or hard to read, stuff like that. So I recommend using different layouts that are very clear. They're either steps or processes, checklists, anything like that, just because it's something that they're going to read and spend time looking at, but you don't want to give them a book essentially. So it's just kind of like you do slide decks. Don't bog them down with words, use icons, just make it very easy to read.
They put in mine a capital gains alert. That's kind of cool.
It's important. Good job.
Should we be putting our information on here somewhere?
Like your contact information? Definitely. So I would say either, I would say the first and the last page, put your contact information. You can upload a photo of yourself if you want, just kind of how you would normally brand things. You can definitely add that in there.
Do you mind if I move this just so it can out? Oh, thank you. Okay. So, we're going to we're gonna so you can go ahead and give your name, phone number, email, however you want to do it. And don't worry about sizing and stuff like that. We can adjust that one. I should put my email in there too, shouldn't I? Yeah, it might be weird. And then you put your email there. So let's just move this down to the bottom, so we want it on there. One, we want to make this a little bit. And this should be here.
How does? let's go To add in a photo, perfect. So here on the right hand side, photo, do you have it on your computer? Awesome. And then just I've just copied and pasted it. And one thing to note, you see this little line here? That is indicating the bottom of the page. So it's going to be shown. So you want to come up here and move all of your stuff above. And now you can see here, very easy. You want to make a photo bigger, smaller, you can.
I don't know how you did that, but I'm gonna try to do that on the back.
Just utilize all of these tools at the on the right hand side there.
How did you get this box over here?
It automatically created it when you put the photo in and made it a smaller photo. So
And how did you make that smaller?
So you clicked on it and you see all these little squares around it.
You just drag.
Yep, you can just
Okay.
click, drag, make it bigger, smaller, whatever you'd like.
And you think that should be on the front page and the back page?
Yeah, kind of like that intro and conclusion there.
Down here. So then I would
First, we're gonna add in,
text.
yes. And what I would do actually, first, take the three dots here. And then, you just made that bigger. What I would do is you already have all the text up at the top there, so instead of rewriting it, I would just copy and paste it. Yep, just copy your writing. I just click it in place. Yep. So put it in there. Yeah. So if you look here, see when you put in that. Created that box there. Now I would actually take that and put it in that.
Paste. So you can always do this. You can do the right clicking or you can just do keyboard, whatever you're comfortable with. Both do the same thing.
Okay.
You can't justify the text.
Justify the text.
You can't justify it.
Like move it.
You can't say. You can do left line, right line, center, justify.
Oh, where it. Yeah,
You can't justify it. That's not an action.
I didn't know that it had that name.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, what? I was like, yeah, it's moving.
I have a question, so this is sent to a particular person, or,
Yeah, so once you are done, when we were, oh, so have you ever seen those Instagram posts, Facebook posts, where you had comment, link below, and I'll send you.
okay,
Well, that's the system that we're putting. So that's part two, where we're creating a post for you, where you have this lead. Someone comment on your post, and AI on it. So that is what the system is. So that way you have your Instagram post live, people see it, they're interested in the topic. we're
And
talking
this is a
about.
link.
It sends it to them as a file, yeah.
okay.
Okay. How is everyone doing on their lead magnet? Do we need some more time getting this done, or do we want to move on to kind of the next step in getting the AI systems in place? If we're not done, that is okay. You can always come back to finalize your magnet. But yeah, let's move on to the ManyChat aspect of it and really get the next portion set up. So if you're not done, that is totally fine. But the next thing that we're going to do is actually set up the AI system that sends everyone the DM, sends them the file. And the way that we're going to do that is through ManyChat. How many here have heard of ManyChat before, know what it is, know what it does? Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so what it is essentially is it's an AI platform that connects to your social media, and it allows you to do stuff such as sending people automated DMs, collecting their contact information. It lets you just set up different automations through social media, where if someone likes your story, this is what's going to happen. So it's basically a series of workflows through automation on your social media. So if you already have a ManyChat account, go ahead and pull that up and come to this home dashboard here. If you don't, go ahead and get that set up. What you can do is, this is what you're looking for. It's not like Gamma where there's a few that are the same, really just this guy. Once again, what we're doing today can be set up for free. You do not have to pay for an account. That being said, if you like this process and you're seeing results from it, I would highly recommend spending money on the Pro account. It's $15 a month, and it's just because it allows you to do more. The free account is great. You can set up your thing and get everything posted, but it only allows you one workflow at a time. So let's say you create this post and you say, okay, now I want to do another one. You would then have to inactivate that first one before making a second one live. So for our purposes today, it's great, it works, but if it's something you want to use regularly for your social media, I recommend getting the Pro just so you can do multiple at the same time. But take a few seconds to get your account set up if you don't already. It's going to have you hook up to your Instagram or Facebook. We're going to be walking through the Instagram one today because that is where the majority of realtors are, and that's where we see that people have the engagement. But you can do Facebook too. It's the same thing. Just make sure you set up your account. Any questions that you have when we're going through that process? It's going to be similar to Gamma, where it's going to ask you, what are you using this for? Is this personal? Is this business? Just go ahead and answer those questions based on what you plan to use it for. When you're done, you're going to get to a page that looks like this.
Just choose the pages you want ManyChat to access.
Yep, so you can select either your Facebook or your Instagram.
Opt into all current picture pages or opt into
I would do current pages because we are not setting up And,
And then,
yep, just select yours. Perfect. So that, you're doing Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so that is just allowing it to connect to your messenger. So you can click that. Disclaimers. Okay, is anybody having trouble getting to getting connected to their social media? Anybody need help?
Try to connect it to Facebook if possible from the get-go on this particular one.
um,
Who has not finished setting up their account yet? Lois, do you need help or just time to walk through it?
just time.
Oh,
I don't know, I'm not in the right.
all right. Okay.
In our credit card,
No, so give me 1 second. Let me know when that unfreeze. You do not. If you want to, you can. Great. It's just going to start automatically charging you when your free trial is up. That's not. Go ahead up back to the top and hit that back there on the screenshot. On the bottom there, you're going to hit start with free plan. So there you go. Okay.
it went into my business Instead of my personal, I think I might actually get rid of that. So can I switch it over to my other Facebook?
When you pulled it up, did it only detect? Okay, so it looks like it can only do business profiles for Facebook.
Okay. I just don't use
That is what I'm thinking what happened to Jill as well.
Okay.
So
Because see, like this picture's different.
new on Facebook, but it's running your business page. Okay, so now let's go ahead and set up what this workflow looks like. So we're gonna set it up where someone sees your picture, they comment whatever trigger word you select, and then it automatically DMs them your lead magnet, whatever that you want to be sending them.
Two options though, send a link from comments, respond to all your DMs, which one should we use?
You are ahead of the curve, so just hold on for a second while we get everyone up there. So if you're looking at this screen, this is your dashboard. On the left-hand side there, it's going to be automation. This is where you can see what you have up and running if you have anything, other things that you've created. We're going to be creating a new automation. So what's nice about ManyChat is they have a lot of templates already created for different reasons. So you don't have to be reinventing the wheel at all. If you're doing something really custom and you want it to be specific, you can always hit start from scratch. However, the odds of them having a template that already does what to do are pretty high. So take a look at those before doing anything. What we're going to be doing today is auto DM links from comments. So this is what we're doing. We have our Instagram post. It says send a link when people comment on a post or reel.
That's not in one of my options.
That is not one of your options.
Nope.
How did you get into templates?
So you're gonna hit automations here.
Yeah.
New automation in the top right corner.
Okay.
Okay, what are you seeing? Is it seeing anything relating to DMs or
No.
different wording?
I have automate conversations with AI, capture customer data with lead magnet, or use a quiz to qualify leads. That's the pro version. That's the recommended. The next one is discover more templates. And those are affiliate link drop without the sleeves. And the other one is create ambassador program.
Not the same.
Those are all the generic ones that we probably start off with. So
Via Facebook or Instagram?
probably Facebook.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I'm thinking that is the difference because how they operate a DM setup is going to be different on Facebook than it is on Instagram. Okay. They're both owned by Meta, but it's a different thing. What you can do is you can hit start from scratch and you're just building it. It's a little more complicated doing start from scratch, but you can. I'd be more than happy to walk you through that at the end of class, what that looks like. But does everybody else see this auto DM link from comments? Okay. So when you click on that, it's going to pull up our little workstation here. This is why the templates are nice because it already has the steps and information that we want to fill out there. We don't need to worry about making sure that point A connects to point B and then everything works. At the first top here, this is the first step where you're going to select what post you want this workflow to be tied to. It has you do it as the first step. I ignore this until the very end because right now you don't have anything posted to tie it to, right? And you don't want to do a post and then take 10, 15 minutes setting this up because your post is out there being inactive. I always do this as the last step because then you know everything's ready to go and it's only going to be 10 seconds where your post is active before ManyChat comes into play. But that is where you're going to select your what post that you're doing it on. The second step is add this and this comment have. This is where you're going to put in your trigger word. Your trigger word should be a one word command that is specific to whatever content you're dealing with. So if you're dealing with downsizing, make your comment word downsize, make it home buyer, make it financing. It's just something that relates to whatever your guide is about. So for me, it's a first time home buyer guide. So I'm going to make my word buyer. One thing to note, trigger words are not case sensitive. So you don't have to worry about someone not getting the DM because they put a capital B instead of a lowercase b. It's all the same. They have to spell the word correctly, but it's not case sensitive. So you can do whatever you want on that one. You'll see they have some suggested words if you want to do that, but I would just come up with a word that is specific to whatever your lead magnet is. You can do as many words as you want. I would do one just to keep it simple. People don't want to say like, oh, what word should I comment? You can if you want, but keep it simple. You'll see here they have other options where it's any word. This means that anything that gets commented on your post is going to be sent whatever your file is or whatever your DM suggestion is. I would avoid doing that because if someone sees your post and they just want to say, oh, nice information or cool photo, they're not looking to get in conversation with you about becoming a potential client. They're just complimenting you on your content. So you probably don't want to just automatically hit them with your stuff. So I would stick to the trigger word. This here is what I was talking about earlier and is one of the most important things. Reply to their comments underneath the post. We want to make sure that is on. This is all about boosting engagement with the algorithm, right? With the algorithm, the people who are seeing your content aren't just your followers. Your followers actually make up a small portion of that. It takes your content and pushes it out to anybody who's interested in similar content. So the more comments, likes, interactions you have with the post, the more people it's going to get pushed out to. So when you turn on reply to their comments under posts, it means that for every one comment that comes in, you're actually getting 2 because it's your reply. It's something simple, but when the algorithm is looking at it, it's saying, oh, there are multiple comments on here. It's a good piece of content, picking it out more. So I would turn that on, and you can see it suggests different replies that you can have. You can keep these if you want. You can also tailor them to be whatever you want. So you can say, oh, thank you, check your DMs for the guide, or exciting to be in the home buying process. Check out what I sent you. Anything like that. What it does is it takes these 3 and just rotates through them. So not everyone's going to have the same response. It kind of spices it up a bit. Ellie, you had a question?
Well, that makes sense because the one training I saw,
Yeah.
she always said, well, and she does it every time.
Yep.
Yes, you'll comment. Yes, right?
Yep.
And right, then she replies back, can I send that to your DM?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to answer again.
Mhm.
So.
Okay.
Right.
That's cool. So that makes sense then.
More.
Now there's 4 comments for one.
Yeah. Why? Yeah.
Pro and con for that. The pro is yes, you have more comments and there's engagement. The con is if you're asking someone a follow-up question, you're relying on them to answer again before
Right.
they even get the material.
Yeah.
So the barrier to entry is a lot higher because now you're having to comment a bunch of times before you can even get the material. So there's kind of the pros and cons. It's great her post has a bunch of comments, but when you look at the people who are actually getting what she promised, it's probably a little bit lower. Yeah, interesting. But yes, so you can go ahead and customize these to be whatever you want it to be. Obviously, it's showing you a preview of what that would look like. And once you have that, the next thing is what they get. So now they've commented your trigger word. It's time to enter their DMs. This first opening DM is going to be the first thing that they see when they comment. You can change it to be whatever you want it to be, but this is what we call an opening DM. You can set it up where you just immediately send them the file, your lead magnet, but ManyChat actually recommends having them do kind of a verification prior to, because that's showing Instagram that it's 2-way communication and not you just DMing someone that you don't know. This allows them to actually get it. It allows you to still now start seeing your content because it's showing that it's 2-way communication. So I would recommend doing that. But essentially, you can make this message whatever you want. Like, thank you for your interest. The home buying process can be tedious, but I'm here to help. And then click the button below to receive my guide. You can customize here to be, now they have a button that they can click. Does that make sense how we're changing our message?
The link of what we just did and the other one.
That is what we're doing next. So now that we have our opening DM, they say, yeah, I want the guide, send that to me. That is for this next section here that says DM with a link. This is now where we're going to actually send them the file we created, right? We have our thing created in Gamma. We need to put it into ManyChat so they can receive it. So I'm just going to do, here you go. You want to do something a little more, but for this case, this is what it is. Here you go. This button here, add a link. When you do that, we can put what we want our button label to be. So I'm just going to say download guide. And now we can copy and paste the link. So this is where we go back to Gamma. We have our lead magnet, right? Obviously, if you guys aren't done, you don't need to be doing this, but when you are, this is what you're going to do. These three corners, these three dots up here, we're going to go down halfway. It says export. When you export, you can either do it as a PDF, PowerPoint, however you want. That's going to download as a file. I don't recommend doing that because when they get the file and they go to click on it, Instagram gives them this weird message like, are you sure this is a trustworthy source? And it kind of looks hacker-like. So it just isn't as appealing to people because they're like, well, I don't know. Do I want to leave Instagram and open this file? Is it suspicious? So I recommend going up here to share. Now anybody with the link can view. Kind of similar to what a Google Doc does where you can view, they can edit it, do all that stuff, comment. We just want them to view it. They're just going to get a link and it's going to bring them to your Gamma that they can look at. So when you have view now, copy share link. This is the link that we're going to paste into our button here. We hit save. Now whenever they click this button, that link is going to open for them and they're going to get to see your lead magnet. Does that make sense how that process works? One thing else that you can note, these two buttons here, a DM asking to follow up or asking to follow you before they get the link and a DM asking for their email. If you turn them on, it's just putting in more steps for them to do before they get what you want, before they get your lead magnet. I recommend having those off, kind of like what I was just talking with Ellie. We don't want them to have to jump through a bunch of hoops just to get your materials because the odds of them actually going through with it before getting frustrated and giving up are pretty high that they're not going to do it. So we want to make it as easy as we can for them to get your stuff. So I would always recommend leaving these off. Because they're DMing you, you kind of have some sort of way to contact them. Obviously, you don't have their email and phone number, but you have their social media and you can contact them that way. So you can still stay in contact. But when you turn these on, it just gets a little more hoops that they have to jump through. So I recommend leaving them off. Now that we're done with that, everything is good to go. It's time to actually post your stuff on your account. Because then we come back to the top here and we can select your post and make it live. We don't want to make it live until you already have your Instagram posted. Does that make sense? Any questions before we move on? It's a very simple process. Like I said, use the templates because we didn't do anything that was too difficult. It was 3 steps that they had us walk through and we can make it live and everything is good. If you want, they have multiple templates that you can choose from based on whether you're doing Facebook. Obviously, we know those look different and we can go over that after this. But whether you want it to be hooked up to your stories, your reels, your posts, whatever you want, this is a great opportunity to do that because it's very user-friendly and yeah, it's easy. So any questions before we move on? Okay, so the final step, who here is actually done with their guide and they're ready to go live? You are?
Yeah,
Perfect. You're already live. Look at that. I love it. Did you test it to see how it looks and everything?
I'll look now.
Yeah, perfect. That's amazing. So if you're not done with your guide, take some time to start finishing that up because obviously that's kind of the whole point of them reaching out to you to get a copy of that. But otherwise, the next step is to be actually making an Instagram post. Whether it's a photo that you have that you want to post or it's some sort of graphic that you create in Canva or whatnot, that's going to be what you want to do next. So you can have your post it, and you want to have a caption, something like these. I know it might be a little hard to read, but I wanted to provide you with some examples because the whole point is you're trying to hook them and then get them to comment. So you have your post, right? Your picture, it's there. This is some caption that you're going to do. It's gonna vary depending on what your lead gen magnet is, but it's gonna be some sort of format like that. And if you guys are scrolling, you've probably seen these before. It's a very similar setup, but it's essentially just getting their attention by being like, yeah, downsizing sounds simple, but when you're trying to pack up 20 years worth of stuff, it can get a little more difficult. Where do you start? These are some questions that you have. I'm here to help, comment downsize to get my guide. It's a very simple formula where you have, here's the problem, here's what I can do, here's a call to action. But these are some different templates you can use. And once you have that posted, you just go back to your ManyChat, hit show all, and it's going to give you all of your Instagram posts or Facebook posts, whatever. Select someone you want it tied to and hit go live. And there you go. You're already good to go. It's very
Does the
easy.
person need to write to you first before the DM thing starts?
Yep. So the whole thing is they need to.
Because I don't see anything. I guess I have to wait till somebody comments on it.
What you can do is comment it yourself and it goes to you. So that's kind of how you can test it, and then you can always hide the comments.
And ask what they.
Exactly. But yes, the whole thing starts when someone comments your trigger word that we set up. And then that is what goes through the automation. And that's where the value comes in with this type of setup, is because the people who are reaching out to you, you know they're interested in what you're trying to help them with. It's not like they just stumbled into it. They said, yes, I see this topic, I'm interested in it, I want to know more, comments. So the leads that you're getting through this are a lot more qualified and more likely to set up an appointment with you, meet with you, because they're interested, they know what you bring, they're interested in it. Does that make sense? Okay, so obviously everyone's going to be at different stages of where they are right now. If you are done with your lead magnet, great. Start creating a graphic that you can post on your social media for it. If you're done with that and ready to go live, that's amazing. You can finish it. Otherwise, just continue working on your lead magnet in Gamma. I tried to kind of move us along, but we are running out of time, and that is okay. If you have any questions or want to stay after, I am more than willing to help you out if some hiccups came along the way. But essentially, get your content created and put it. I wanted to show you kind of what ManyChat looks like, because now you can apply that and go live. But yeah, any questions at all before we wrap up?
I don't see anything happening.
Okay, I will take a look here in a little bit. Okay, well, that is all I had for you today, guys. We went through a lot going through Gamma and ManyChat. If you have any questions or something isn't working, definitely let me know, because I can help you set it up. But like I said yesterday at the team meeting, I did this post for the Edina Market Center. Someone already commented on it and said license, they're interested in getting their license. The process that ManyChat did put them in contact with the director of agent services, and they're now joining the Market Center next month. So it's a very powerful tool, because like I said, the people who are coming to you are already interested. You're just making it easy for them through this. But yeah, definitely a powerful tool. I recommend playing with it a little bit more. And I'm always here if you have any questions. But thank you for joining me today.
How are you?
Okay, you can comment your trigger word.